Guess what, dear?
What?
I remembered how to go live.
Oh my gosh, me too.
I
Hi
think it's
guys.
been
It's been a
I think the
minute.
last time I need to go back to my channel and look. You guys probably know better than me. I think the last time I was live was actually with
It wasn't with me.
it was with Flaming Dirt.
Yep.
I don't think I've been with live with you in like almost a year.
No, now it's a little bit dramatic.
It's been a while.
It has.
There was a whole like 6 months in there you really didn't like me.
You've been busy, dear.
We have been busy. It has been absolutely crazy. Hope you guys understand. It's been like insanely busy. Um, family, work, shop, traveling. It's been insane. So hopefully you guys all been having a good summer. Seeing Keith, Sean, Christopher,
Catherine,
Catherine's
hello.
in here, Charles, Justin, Dana in the Parks. That seems like a new name we haven't seen in here for a while. Tony, man, what's up? Good to see you guys again. I think we've gained like I don't know, maybe 30,000 subscribers since last time we were live. CNC
How many?
Equipment, man. Look, I'm supporting tonight. Got the hat on.
How many do you have?
I don't even know.
I was gonna say
I think I'm closing in on 140, but I haven't
I
made it yet.
forget where to look at all the things. I have my head's just bobbing around.
Anyways, we finally had a little bit of some downtime. It's been, I'm sure you guys got a gazillion questions with the new 210 and the new dozer, and there's a bunch of other new stuff in the works. And Gunner's been racing. We took Gunner to his second ever official go kart race last night, and he did
the greater good. Probably not.
What's
it's
that?
not looking well. Well, I get my landscaping before the kids are in high school.
Depends on what the definition of landscaping is. So, but
138,000 subscribers.
yeah, I'm like two. I think last time I looked, I was like less than 100 away from 139. So we're closing in on 140. We're getting there. I don't watch it like I used to. I used to like count every subscriber come in, but it got too crazy for that. So, but yeah, Gunner. We took Gunner to his second ever go kart race, and
well, outside of our
outside
house.
of racing here at the house, but he man, he was on it. He was the fastest in practice. He won his heat race, and then he started on the pole for the race. Went down into turn one, and nobody did anything wrong, but he kind of got rooted around a little bit, and he just didn't have enough experience to know what to do. Fell into third, and actually he was a pretty good ways back in third, and he was running down second. First place guy got away. He was going, but he did for his second ever race. He did really good. He was hammered out. His first race, he kind of had a crash.
I think old Dad over here got in his head a little bit once the race
I didn't get it. I
started.
was trying to give him information. The fastest guy in the field was starting right behind him. I said,
and
buddy,
he was also the kid that won the race the last time.
I said, all you gotta do is just hit the gas and go, and don't worry about it.
Well, but he was nervous from then on out. So,
but it was a good learning experience for him. The Grouser track's good for landscaping. SOT Metalworks, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
Glad to see you're in the house. We don't have like anything on the agenda to talk about tonight. It's whatever you guys got on your mind. I've already seen the questions coming through. What about Lieutenant Dan? So let me cover this a little bit from the beginning. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated that we didn't work on Lieutenant Dan this winter. And Lieutenant Dan's a hobby build. It's not a truck I have to have. It's not anything that's mandatory. It's just something I want to build and something I've enjoyed building and something I want to build right. So we're trying to take our time with it. The reality of it is I seen the opportunity to build this tile plow and make 15 times X profit off this tile plow than what we could from Lieutenant Dan. So long story short, the tile plow got moved in front of Lieutenant Dan, and financially that was a very, very, very good decision for the company because we put in 3 times more pipe than we were anticipating. Now, with all that being said, as of right now, we got a little bit of work. Bubba Dump's been running wide open. Bubba Dump's been running hard for the last 2 months. I'm talking like it's in almost every video coming up the next 2 months. I got a few small things I want to do to it. Nothing major, but we'll probably bring it into the shop spend a couple of days, maybe a week at tops working on it. And then after that, Lieutenant Dan, the plan is Lieutenant Dan's going to come back in for the winter. The goal this winter is to have everything done on Lieutenant Dan except for the interior. And at that point, I'm not for sure whether I'm going to do the interior myself or maybe hire it out. It just kind of depends on how it goes and how the budget looks and how things fall. But the plan is by November is to have Lieutenant Dan back in the shop. I'm not promising it. That's the plan. So,
yeah.
So I see a couple of you guys want to know about the taco. That's what we're calling the skid steer, the taco. There may or may not be a TL240 in the fleet now, and we may or may not be missing an SLV90. So as you guys know on YouTube, and you bust me up on it a little bit all the time, my videos are a little bit behind. The reason why my videos are behind is because I got a life. And I may go weeks without filming. I may go weeks without editing. But if I have the video stacked up ahead, you guys get a video every other day, and it allows me to do what I need to with the family or the business or any other chaos going on. So the answer to that is, if you guys want what's happening that day, like what we're doing that day, I post it all over Facebook and Instagram. So go follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll get up to date, like that day activity of what's going on. I post a lot of short video clips on there. I give you guys a lot of heads up of what's coming on the videos. I'm not saying it's the best system out there, but it's the system that works good for me and has worked good for me for a couple of years. I wish I could stay more current on the YouTube, but the only way I can stay more current on the YouTube is just quit YouTube. And I don't think you guys want me to do that. If you do want me to do that, let me know, because it'd be a lot less work. I don't think
that's going to happen.
So, but that's I'm sure anybody else that I hope you guys understand that the YouTube's a big part of our lives, but it's not the driving force. You know, we got the family, which is important, and we got to make sure the business stays afloat. And then YouTube's kind of the hobby we do along with it. So I try to cover, I try to cover everything I possibly can. I kind of try to bring you guys along for as much as I possibly can. But with all that being said,
MCF Welding, he does have TikTok, but he don't really post on it.
I don't. I need to get on there. I do have a TikTok. I think I maybe got like 4 or 5 videos posted on TikTok. I don't know if I even got 100 followers on TikTok. Ain't that sad?
Hey. Michelle wants to know if I'm getting any closer to getting a camper.
Nope. That's a simple answer. Nope.
I'm trying real hard, guys. I blow his Messenger account up with all kinds of ones that I find.
Your only hope for getting a camper is if Gunner does really good racing and we got to start traveling for it. So you better go start.
You know what I told him last night?
You better go start rooting for your little boy.
I said that I need one of those toy hauler campers.
SOT how it works, that is done.
No.
Yes.
They watched I've seen several people asking about my kayaking entry, and
you just need to learn how to launch a kayak.
No, it needs improved. I need to just talk to Cleeman because he knows all the things. Just tell him what I need.
Yeah, Clint, CNC Equipment, or Clinton. I think I've renamed Clint. His mom's probably getting ready to kill me. His real name's Clinton. I call him Clint. But I apologize for that, Clint. But CNC Equipment, these guys right here, me and Clint have become really good friends. He's done a lot to help me out. I've been trying to do everything I can to help him back out. But his channel's taken off, and it's doing really, really good. He's got a couple characters up there in the shop too, Kevin. And I could not be happier for those guys, man. So if you haven't yet, go over and check out. We got a video coming up with a little present. If you guys follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you know what the present is already. But
hey, can I just say you need to take a breath for a minute?
You've
been talking real fast.
Would you like to
the whole time? I'm just saying.
What about the concrete in front of the garage door? I got 555 followers on TikTok. That's pretty impressive for only 3 videos.
Look at you.
I need to do something with TikTok. I just don't have time.
Mrs. Dirt Perfect needs a lot of things, but Mr. Dirt Perfect doesn't seem to want to do any of those things for me.
Are you trying to tell me I didn't do anything for you this summer? Because I can think of a lot of things.
You didn't do it. Michael Cleeman did it.
I turned her into an independent woman, and I taught her how to drive the little tractor.
You didn't teach me jack.
I did. Well, Gunner taught you most of it. Yeah, the comment generator, Clint. That's right. See, I taught Clint at CNC Equipment about comment generators. They're if you ever get replied to in one of my comments as plan worked perfect, thanks. That means I probably planted something in there. Like the new Hyundai videos, I took my finger and drug mud across the back of the counterweight because I knew it looked like a scratch, and you guys blew up the comment section, and I loved every minute of it.
You're terrible.
I'm not terrible. It's entertaining for me. I'm sorry. Miss SOT wants to know if I want at least rescue you.
He did come and rescue me yesterday.
You want to tell her why I had to come rescue you?
Okay, guys. So I've been driving the tractor around a lot, doing lots of things around
And if
here.
you drive a tractor around a lot, what does the tractor use?
It needs diesel fuel, guys.
And the gauge works, folks. The gauge works.
Okay, I was multitasking real hardcore during the moment, and ran out of diesel fuel. I had music blaring in my ears. There was a log in front of me. I was brush hogging behind me. I went to move the log. Then all of a sudden, lights appeared, and we went down.
You want to know who diagnosed that it was out of fuel?
Gunner.
He figured it out.
I mean, I thought that was the case. I knew the line was, but anywho.
Oh my goodness.
How's the new pressure washer? I love it. I'm pretty sure Gunner has used it more than I have, so he's constantly.
Jason says profits from tile plow mean new camper. No, here's the problem with that, Jason.
Campers don't make any money,
Campers do
guys.
not have return on investment. If she presents a business plan where a camper has return on investment, it's not a dead expense or wasted money.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Millennial has already given you one of those.
Yep, there's a no. I can invest that money and get 3 or 4 times back out of it than that. And I don't have to take, no.
Guys, we might as well move along from the camper discussion because it just is not going to go anywhere. We're just going to talk in a circle about it.
What about the 140 grill dent? I have no idea what you're talking about, Timber Trap. I'll have to explain on that a little bit. Not a clue. Should get Pepsi as a sponsor. Ted says happy wife means happy life.
Well, I think it's the other way around in this house.
The return is happy spouse.
I mean, listen to the people. Happy spouse, happy house.
This fly. There's got one fly flying around here. Oh, I think I got it with my bare hand.
Didn't. He went that way.
No. Oh, come
Yeah,
on. No, he didn't. I got him.
Okay.
He's down there on the ground. I got him. He's right there. Nailed it. How's the 210? Mid and 210 are getting along pretty good.
The 304 has a grill dent.
Oh, the 304 has a grill dent. Well, that's a Captain Kleeman issue.
That's what Red Dog says.
Yeah, the 140. That's another fly. It's not the same fly. I promise you.
Why do I want a camper so much, Mrs. DP? Well, my family and I camp a lot.
You have the Vamper?
I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm over it.
Phyllis Fox covered that quite a bit in the beginning of the live feed. Go back and check that out. The guy we bought the D69U from did play pro baseball. I know he was on the Oilers and another team, and he still does some coaching for the major leagues. Excuse me. I can't remember his last name. He wasn't. He made the pros, so he was obviously good, but he wasn't big time. But he was super nice to me and Gunner, and he was good to us. I can't thank him enough. So next time you're in Vegas, I think we'll be in Vegas in March. All the equipment I got, Mrs. Dirt Perfect, deserves a camper. But equipment is investments that have return on investments. It's different.
But it's not.
If it's something you need, like if you need a new car, by golly, we're going to get you a new car.
There are so many things that I could say right now that YouTube world don't know yet. That could really make my case, but I'm not allowed to talk about those things.
What are you talking about?
Lots of things that I was told we couldn't talk about yet because YouTube don't know about it yet.
YouTube knows everything. They watch Facebook and Instagram.
Guys.
So MS Lori, it says a tax write-off for the business. That's only if you make enough money, you need a tax write-off. We're broke. You're about to kill me, aren't you? That says the can of worms has been opened. Can I funnel it back in and put a lid on it?
Oh man, a camper is an investment in memories with your kids.
Oh boy, that one may be hard to argue with. That's why we got the Vamper.
We've been through this. I love.
Here's the deal. I would entertain the idea of a camper if I never had to touch it, work on it, hook it up to the truck, set it up, clean it, period.
That's why I buy a drivable one.
That's more work.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
I don't have to hook this
No.
up. I just drive it.
Now you got all of the junky camper stuff, plus a junky engine and transmission and tires
Then
and
you
brakes.
buy me a minibus,
You
and we turn it into a camper.
whatever you buy, you need to make sure it comes with a mechanic.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. I haven't bought anything
Oh, yeah.
this year.
Return on investments. Let's talk about the Jeep that you bought. Let's talk about every gosh darn. If you could see how many go-karts are hanging around this shop, or
Every Jeep I've bought, except for the one that you wanted, I can make money off of myself right now. Light the fuse. You guys are gonna get a fireworks show here in a minute. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Put a tarp over Bubba Dump and camp with it. I don't know if they'd like that driving into a campsite. I don't. So I don't know. One thing the camera does not show is how large Bubba Dump is, the 850J is, and the 210. They are considerably bigger than most people realize. To say, Catherine says I buy stuff without. Yeah, Catherine, but it's business decisions.
oh yeah,
Man, I am totally on the. I'm getting ate alive on these comments here. Well, we should start a GoFundMe for you and
Hey,
your
can
camper.
I just say that the whole buying thing is not the same for both of us? I'm gonna say that now.
I haven't bought anything this year.
When Gunner's running in the world of outlaws, you'll need a camper.
He's convinced he's going to be there one day. If he sticks with it, he's got a chance, but I don't know. We'll spend all of our money on pieces and parts, because I got a feeling that boy's going to wreck some stuff.
Hey, I'd even take one of them campers that you put in the truck bed of your truck. You know them.
We don't have a truck.
You got the red one. We got a
I
red
got a truck.
truck.
You don't have a truck.
No, he doesn't use his iPhone for filming. I do. He doesn't. He uses GoPro.
I do the majority of my filming, believe it or not, on a GoPro 8. The reason why I use the GoPro 8, I don't have my GoPro 10 out here. If you use the medium on, it picks up front and back at the same time. And like, remember having conversations with people, the audio is pretty decent. I do have wireless mics. We're too busy, guys. I can't use them all the time. GoPro 8 gives me the best audio quality, quick and easy. The GoPro 10 will only pick up one or the other, so it always sounds like somebody's standing behind the camera when you're talking. Only thing bad about them is the lens is not replaceable, but they're cheap enough. You destroy one, you buy another one. That's what I do. Probably 99% of my filming with the GoPro 8. Got two GoPro 8s. I do use a GoPro 7 from time to time, and if I do use the wireless mics, I use my GoPro 10 because it's got an audio meter on the back. I can make sure I got an audio input. But that's about the only time I use my GoPro 10s with that. If this GoPro 8 had a replaceable lens cover, like the GoPro 7s do, or the GoPro 10s do, this is, which one's this? This is the 9. See how the 9s got this replaceable cover and the 8s don't? If the 8 had that cover, this would by far be the best camera out there. The only flaw in this camera is that lens. I don't know what they did there, but anyway, that's my GoPro tutorial for the evening. So James says check with. I don't think Clint from CNC Equipment's having much more luck on his camper build than what we are on Lieutenant Dan. I think he's kind of falling behind on that as well. He's been pretty busy up there in the shop. So I'm not against the kids and the wife. Interesting, Clint. I've seen people do that. I just never took the time to do it. I just ordered a new camera. You film on your phone, though, don't you? Mm-hmm. On your phone. For the first probably 30 videos on my channel, that's all I filmed with was my phone. Do I ever have any issues with the 10 overheating? I'm assuming you're meaning the 210 or the 140. I have no issues with none of my excavators overheating. The 140s always run cool. The
Are you
210.
talking about the GoPros?
Oh, the GoPro 10.
I don't know. You were talking about GoPros.
Not really. I mean, they all get hot in this time of year, and if you're not careful, the GoPro. Yeah, I'm sorry, Eric. I left a GoPro 7 on the dash of my truck for like a week in the hot sun, and the camera was fine, but it did fry the SD card. But I've had a few of the generic batteries swell on me when they got hot, but I never had one shut off because it got hot or anything like that. So y'all appreciate that. Tommy Powers, we covered Lieutenant Dan there in the beginning, kind of the thought process on it. The plan is to hopefully get it back in here this fall and do something with it. A lot of wasting money on the skid steer. Could have bought a nice camper. Not really, because the skid steer gets built out by the hour and that money comes back. Don't quite work that way. Your GoPro 10 overheats in cold weather. I've never had any issues with my GoPros overheating. I'm not saying
yes, we have hats with our logo on the website.
Yep, shopdirtperfect1.com. I seen DC, which I forgot to say hi to DC in the beginning. Shopdirtperfect1.com website. We got a lot of stuff on that. But what was I? So GoPros. I'm not saying GoPros are the best cameras out there, but for no more money what you spend on them, they do a really good job, and they're pretty easy to use. It's just I've tried. I don't know what you guys are doing with your GoPros. I use GoPros every day, and I've never had one overheat on me. I don't know if you guys got some settings wrong or what, but I literally film almost every day, and a lot of times it sits out in the sun for hours and hours and hours, time lapsing and stuff, and I've never had one overheat.
They want to know if the Kubota's in the bottom of the pond.
It's funny you asked that, because I was just editing a video where I threatened to throw it in the bottom of the pond. No.
Oh my gosh, this fly.
It likes you. Flies follow beauty, dear. I don't know why there's one random fly flying around here. Oh man, there's a lot to come.
Any plans for polos? Hey Max, sorry, I saw your email the other day. I just haven't had a chance to reply yet. We haven't really talked about
we need to be thinking
what our
about
next purchases are for the website. So
I'm hoping
something different for sure.
I'm hoping to add a Bubba Dump shirt for Christmas, and we need to be figuring out what else we need to add, because Christmas stuff's not that far off. So be coming around pretty quick. But yeah, if you guys are interested in any swag, we got I don't know, several different shirt options, several different.
We might be out of stock of several things.
Several different. Dirt Daddy 953, man, I don't know what to tell you guys. I've had 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s, and I've never had one overheat, ever. And I'm not saying I use my camera more than you guys do, but I'm sure I'm right there with you. And I do some really. I've ran them in engine compartments. I set them out in the sun, left them on the dash of the truck.
Yes, we have pocket T-shirts.
If you guys ain't using GoPros, I'm curious what you're using, because I tried a DJI and that thing was an absolute joke. I've tried a few other things. iPhone just don't have the same quality.
I need something to mount my iPhone to.
iPhone's convenient, but every once in a while I'll take a random clip of my phone and I'll try to put it in with my GoPro stuff, and I won't even use it because it's just, Clint's never had one overheat either. I don't know. I know Clint uses his quite a bit too. He's as abusive on his as mine. So I don't know. I'll check your guys' settings. There's got to be something going on. I do know that some of the generic batteries will get hotter than the actual true GoPro batteries. Are
we going on another vacation before school starts? I got another camping trip booked, but other than that, no.
I don't know. I've had my iPhone overheat quite a bit, leave it on the dash or out in the sun a little bit, but I've never had a GoPro overheat. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever
Someone
had a
said-
GoPro like crash on me ever.
Get you a new Traco, and then I get a new camper.
Can't afford a new Traco. Joy wants to know what's going on with the Ruckus Track. If you guys watch, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. We had a little bit of a rain day the other day, and I just brought the Ruckus Track in the shop for some maintenance. Nothing major. It's got a hydraulic drive motor on both sides, and the one hydraulic drive motor was loose. And to get to it, you got to take the side off. It's really nice how they engineered it where the side comes off real easy.
We're in southern Indiana.
But if they just would have welded a nut on the backside, you wouldn't have to take the motor off. So I had to tail that motor off to tighten the nut down and then slide it back on. I did it by myself. It took like 20 minutes. And then we retrofitted it. I wanted to hook it up to the TL240 to make sure it was going to work because we had to run that machine because the Kubota was down. So I had it in the shop and made sure all the wiring and all the plugins worked. And while I was in the shop, I took that up. So.
Well, on Mrs. Dirt Perfect's channel, you will eventually see me with the little, what tractor? The green one.
955.
No Bubba Dump driving yet. Nothing other than the tractor.
Gunners drove up dump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just asked when I was going to do it.
You said you're going to come out and drive that one.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. Don't even hit me in the face with that hat.
Oh.
Any good cabin rentals up there? Of course there is.
Robert, Chris is fashionable in delivering shirts than you are. Sorry, bud.
Hey, sorry. Yeah. I get emails a lot about asking about packages. You guys have to know I got a life other than dirtperfect1.com.
We do.
I am busy and I don't ship packages every day. I don't have time to do that. So they'll get out when they get out. I apologize.
Mover Mike, you guys watch us on TV. YouTube still counts out as a view. The bad part about watching on TV is you can't like and comment. Likes and comments, a view duration, like and a comment all help us. So, Mrs. Clint, see, that's Clint's wife.
Oh, make sure you test drive the camper. Don't trust him if he says you can drive it. I will keep that in mind.
We need to get together with him sometimes. You would like her quite a bit. I got a feeling I know more of that conversation. I'm kind of piecing some stuff together.
Hey, Michelle says we could rent out the camper. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Okay, this is the same thing you and Mr. Millennial talked about. If you guys can do that without my involvement, have at it. I'll fund the operation. But I want to be a hands-off. I want to be a silent partner in that ordeal.
Because you don't want to do anything that involves work.
Justin Gluck, I got one. I don't know where it's at. It's back here. Every time I put my GoPro on my hat, everybody claims they get sick, and I just don't do it. Why don't I use tripods? I ain't got time carrying around. I mean, you guys got to remember, we're on jobs, hitting production schedules, working. Hopefully we got time to get some video clips for you. I ain't got time to be packing around a whole bunch of camera gear. I ain't got time to be packing around a bunch of camera mounts. I ain't got time to be packing around tripods. It's run and go. She says you have a lazy husband. I just kind of laugh at that because you barely have no damn clue. Captain Cleveland's a real piece of work and does a good job of small experiment. Cleveland's actually, he catches a lot of flack on my channel and his for some of the stuff he tears up, and some of it's for show, but he is a little bit accident prone. But all in all, Captain Cleveland's become a really good really good operator, especially on the smaller equipment, the skid steer and the mini excavator, and even the 120 and 140. He's gotten pretty slick on. And he likes to work by himself. It's not that I put him out there because nobody else wants to work with him. That's what he likes to do. So if you guys follow his channel, a lot of times you'll see him working for me. He'll be doing a small job, or he'll be doing trucking or stuff like that. And it works out really good for both of us because I don't have time for the small stuff. I don't have time for the trucking. He enjoys that stuff. He can do it on his own thing. So. Ted Butt says the Mini has a floppy bucket. Yeah, buddy, that's the same theory on that thing. You know what? They pay me the same price per hour with that as what they do with the new one. Don't bother me one bit. We're going to run her, buddy. I personally have probably put less than 20 hours on that mini excavator in the last 2 years. That mini excavator's maybe got 200 hours on it in the last 2 years. Farmer Chris and Captain Clement run it most of the time. It's not a high revenue machine for us. I ain't invested a lot of. It's a very dependable machine, but there's no need to invest any money into that for no more return we get on it. We just keep on running it. Greg from Mayfield, Kentucky. How are you, sir? We built a couple houses down in Mayfield. Hopefully you missed all the mayhem of the big tornadoes down there a while back. Adam F, is Aaron coming back out? Aaron, I'm trying to think where I'm at in my videos. Aaron will probably be in the videos off and on over the next 2 months. And then he just recently got called back to work on their emergency outage. So he'll be in the videos on and off for 2 months. He's going to be gone for about 3 months. Then he should be back for most of the winter. So it's
I do need to tell Clement about a dock, that's for sure.
yeah, Clement's probably your best bet. He's the one that did built the road down there. I did haul all the rocking, and I didn't video any of that.
You want to take credit?
I did haul all the damn rocking. I spent 3 evenings hauling rock down there. So, Joy, I have no idea. The ball's in his court on that, and that's just not a pressing issue. If he wants to.
How long did you have the pressure washer before DP actually installed it? Actually, not. Huh?
A couple days.
Yeah, not long is what I was gonna say.
Yeah. What's
I want to see a job and get the whole crew together.
Who's the whole crew?
Well, somebody mentioned up there further, I think.
Gary's Garage, how many scratches you put on the new Hyundai? It's got over 200 hours on it now, and as far as I know, done. You must have missed the part for the comment generator. I knew you guys would comment, like the comments would blow up, so I got mud on my finger and drug it across the counterweight. And sure enough, you guys blew up the comments, so thank you, appreciate it. I've done this long enough. I know what's going to get you guys riled up. And then every once in a while, there's a surprise thing that gets you riled up, like an empty fire extinguisher holder in the dozer. And once I know it riles you guys up, guess what? I'll leave it. So if you ever see me reply to a comment, thanks, plan worked perfect. That meant that you fell into the comment generator trap. So comments are good for videos, guys. We do what we can to go. So SOT Metalworks, I don't know for sure. I'll have to holler at you. If it don't rain, we're hammered out on a lake. If it does rain, Joe Richmond, please stop the time lapsing. All right, guys, you got to understand this. If I stop the time lapsing, the next guy wants me to time lapse. If you don't like that part of the video, you have control over it. Fast forward or pause or move on. I can't cater to one person because the next person wants something different. It's the same thing with music all the time. One guy hates the song, next guy loves the song. I by no means overdo the time lapsing. I personally think that the time lapsing is really cool because if you truly understand dirt work and productivity, you can really watch how stuff flows and how things come together. I watch other people's time lapse and I can pick up thousands of things they could do to pick up time. I watch my own time lapse and I'm like, man, we should have done this or we should have done that or we did this good or we did that bad. That time lapse is a very underestimated tool in job site productivity. So not only is that time lapse for the viewers, a lot of times that's time lapses for us to study what we can do better and what we did good and go on with it. So
pressure washer brand was Draft Tools.
Draft Tools, yeah. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Jenna got her first YouTube sponsorship by Draft Tools. And it's actually a pretty cool little gig. I'm not going to lie, a pretty cool little thing. It's electric mounted pressure washer. It goes in the wall in our garage. And if you, it's got 100 foot of cord on a reel. I think it's like 2,300 psi. It's perfect for washing cars, go karts, four wheelers.
Hey,
I can
do
wash
you
the
want to
camera.
know what I've learned by that video?
Oh yeah, you got your video got like 30,000 views, which means you got a lot of experts on there.
Yeah. Don't put dish soap to wash cars. Don't put it that close. You'll take somebody's fingers off, or I'll chip the paint. Or you should really start top to bottom, and you shouldn't have your kids pressure wash from the bottom up. I got all kinds of comments like nobody knows what we're doing. But you know what? That video was at like 10:30 at night. We were excited to try it out.
Catherine just posted a link. I have used the pressure washer myself. I'm not going to say I'm going to go out and pressure wash equipment with this thing. It's just not big enough for that.
It's not as
But if you, but for what they use it for, it's actually really nice. I think it's like 300 and something bucks off of Amazon, and it's pretty damn nice for no more than what it is. I ain't gonna lie.
I like it. It works for what I need.
Yeah. I always get calls from her. She's trying to drag my big one out, trying to get gas in it, trying to get it started, trying to get it hooked up, all that stuff. This thing here, she just turns it on and goes.
And it will do what I want it to do. So.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know if we're hiring. No. So this sounds completely crazy, but like one of my biggest challenges currently, I mean, who knows what the economy is going to do, is not getting any bigger than what we are. We turn down more work we take on. I've been big. I don't want to go back to being big. I've got an awesome crew of friends and part-timers. You know, Matt's technically a paid employee. Jerry helps me out. Aaron helps me out. Captain Kleeman helps me out. And we just did a really good job of getting done what we can and focusing on doing a really good job of what we do. Not saying I'm never going to Farmer Chris has made it. What's up, Farmer Chris?
Hey, somebody wants to know how many hours of work do you work on the business?
This time of year?
How many hours a week does DP work in the business?
This time of year?
I mean, clearly, they're asking.
I mean, I don't know. It's probably at least 14-hour days. I leave the house at...
He works a lot, people. Okay? And that is no exaggeration. The man don't come inside till 9 o'clock at night, almost.
I leave the house about between 6 and 6:30 in the morning. Usually get home. I usually try to get home before the kids go to bed at 9. And that's usually Monday through Friday. And then on Saturdays, it depends. I'll probably work 8-10 hours on Saturday. And then Sunday, I try to take off laying around the house, which that don't always work. But, yeah. Now, in the wintertime, a little different story.
Have Miss DP be your camera person. No, thank you.
Clint was telling me that Clint from CNC Equipment went on vacation. He left the camera with a couple of guys in the shop, Kevin. I got
him finally.
And he's like, man, I'm gonna heck go through that in this video. Start telling what they filmed. And I said, yeah, I know the feeling. Every time Aaron or Matt comes and grabs my camera, I always got to be careful what I'm doing because they always do stupid stuff trying to get it in the thing. So Joe's in Louisville. You're not too far from us. Somebody asked me on here a while ago how close we are to Cincinnati, and we're about 2.5 hours from Cincinnati. So Jerry's our hero. Jerry's in quite a few upcoming videos. So Aaron's in quite a few upcoming videos too. So stay tuned to that. So. Gonna enjoy going to the jobs with us? Yeah, there's 2 more jobs.
He wants to be with Dad more than he wants to be with Mom now. Dad's letting him do cool stuff. Not that Mommy doesn't do cool stuff. But...
Well, I'm not to take anything away from Gunner, but he's a little bit too young to be like true good help on a job. But he's at least old enough. He knows how to stay out of the way, and he can run and get stuff for us. So he can be there without slowing us down, which is nice. And he wants to be there, which is cool. Matt Kirsch, man, what's up? How are you this evening? Matt Kirsch is taking care of our little buddy Matt down there. So, but yeah, this is like go time of year for us. We're about when the farmers fire up and turn us loose on field tile in, I don't know, Chris, you're on here when we usually start in the March 1st of April. It's like hammer down until they get planted. We're pretty much 6-7 days a week through March, May, 1st of June, and then 1st of June, which is why we haven't been live, to be honest with you. And then Matthew, I've already posted a video of Jerry running the 210, and Jerry's actually ran the 210 quite a bit. We dumped it over in a hole, Joy. Nothing fancy. There'll be video coming of it on YouTube, I promise. But once we get about June, and a lot of the farmers are getting planted, and the field tile slows down a little bit, and we're a little less time sensitive on jobs. I'll try to at least pull back and not work as much on the weekend. So it's just busy right now. It's just crazy.
The real task is getting Macy to go with you to work.
Well, we've already had some talks about that.
He's been telling her she got to toughen up. And
yeah, we got a sissy girl coming on. That ain't gonna happen. We're gonna. Macy's actually very mechanically minded, and what little bit she's been on equipment, she's got the natural ability. It's just
her brain. I tell you, I say it all the time. She is just like you in so many ways. Her brain is like she got the Michael Simon brain up in there. Today,
she's got the ability. She just don't have the desire.
I forgot to tell you. So she drives our golf cart around all the time. She's my chauffeur. My chauffeur or whatever. Well, I've been having to tell her lately, when you're backing up and whatnot, you got to look. You got a front end and a back end. Just because you're backing up behind you doesn't mean you're not going to hit something in the front. Well, she was backing up today, and the front of the golf cart hit the edge of the house by the garage door, and she freaked out. And I said, I talked to her about it just happening, and she immediately started crying because she thought she was going to be in trouble. It wasn't that big of a deal, but we were going slow.
Remember what the dog we had never took off on the golf cart?
Oh my gosh, yes. Sat on, Macy was learning to drive, Gunner was little, sat on the gas pedal, flew us backwards into the track hoe. Gunner flew off the golf cart. Poor kid couldn't walk for a day. It was terrible.
Tapper train. I would love to do a video on that. It's kind of hard. Me and Chris have talked about this. We're definitely going to do a podcast about it. Kind of what he expects to see, why we do it where we do, a couple different things. So I'm going to do something. I just don't know what or how yet. So to answer your question, yes, but in what version it's going to be, I don't know for sure. For you guys that don't know, I do have a second channel called A Few Points from Perfect. It's a podcast channel, or if you guys listen to podcasts and there's something else, you can go on there and check it out. We cover that hit and miss a little bit here and there, but we're going to do a dedicated podcast about that at some point. It's hard to cover some of that stuff. That's kind of why we kind of jump it over to the podcast channel where we can go in a little more detail about it, and you guys can pick it up over there. So,
how has FedEx gotten any better about putting your packages where they need to be? Not really.
FedEx is a struggling thing. Yeah, it should be on Amazon. It should be on all the major platforms. It's called A Few Points from Perfect. Catherine just posted a link to it there in the description. Some of the early podcast, the audio's it's okay. We got a little better as we went on. So yes, we do have a website for merch. It's shopdirtperfect1.com. Any videos of me and Chris Let's Dig coming up? Not right now. I'm sure we'll do something at some point. I know you guys want us to get together more than what we do, but man, he is as busy as I am. We're both busier than ever, and we're like 12 hours apart. So it's just not like I can run down the street and give him a hand, or we can just break loose and go do stuff. So, Dave, no, I have no desire for a scraper. This job we're on right now would be the perfect job for a scraper. But I don't use it enough. That's another engine, another transmission, another wear item, another tires. It's limited on what we can do with it. So the 210, if I end up keeping it and Bubba dump, I know it's not a scraper, but it's much more versatile of a setup. And if you don't use equipment, it sits around. That's harder on anything. So
well, that's a good. Sorry to interrupt you.
So to answer your question, it's crossed my mind a few times, but I've never had serious consideration for it. Maybe one day if we do stuff. The other thing with the scraper is the fuel burn per hour is insane, and fuel prices are through the roof right now. It's just hard to be. One thing everybody's gonna miss, and I need to do a video on this, is bigger is not always better. Um, it I got this covered in an upcoming video. It takes me a minute and 20 seconds longer to load Bubba Dump with the 120 versus the 210. But on a small job, it's much more profitable to load it with the 120 over the 210 versus permits, haul cost, and fuel burn. So just because it's faster, don't mean you're putting more money in your pocket. A scraper kind of follows underneath that thought process a little bit. So hopefully that makes sense.
I was saying, once Michelle said that you should put bloopers at the end of your video.
I do every once in a while if you guys watch long enough. If I have a good blooper, it'll be after the end screen runs. Do we still go on Jeep rides? Yeah, we go.
Not quite like what we used to, but
yeah, we go a couple times a month. We got a new name for the property yet? We do not. So I need to come up with something on that.
Yeah, we want a name. Any suggestions would be great.
Somebody asked me own a Volvo excavator. Would I own another one? Yeah, I'd own another one. I don't know if I'd own another 140, but I would definitely own a 220 for sure, or a bigger one. The 140 is fine. It's just it's for what I do. It's almost too quick and not enough power. The 220 Volvos, they're probably the best in class, like balanced overall. But
Name the property, Jimmy.
yeah. Alex, that was on Brian's Working Words podcast. I actually did a podcast with Brian on his. So if you guys want to go over to Working Words, you can see the podcast I did with Brian Brown, Brian's farming videos. We had a good time. I caught him on the way back from Pennsylvania. Stopped in and visited him a little bit. M&R went about a 160. Fuel burn kills me. I can do just as much with a 120 or a 140 and burn half the fuel. I've dabbled down that road a few times, and I cannot see the profitability in that machine versus what I do. And that's one of the biggest struggles I got with buying this 210 right now is fuel burn and cost of maintenance and all that stuff. There's no doubt it's faster. There's no doubt it's more powerful. But that don't mean it's more profitable. I got to figure that out. People seem to forget that. All they want to care about is how fast they get it done or all this stuff. And at the end of the day, it's about how much money you make off the job. So, Lloyd Williams, man, how are you? I'm pretty sure Lloyd's from Jamaica.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, he said it
Yeah,
right
he
there.
just said it. Yeah.
Sure. If I got a hard service to plow, I see absolutely no need to. I think I covered that in the video. 100,000 plus feet of pipe, minimal wear. I think hard service at this point would just add drag. And the way I've got it built, if I do see wear, I can just put a piece of AR on it. And is the 210 inconvenient to transport? It's not near as convenient as the 120. Yes and no. It kind of depends on where you're going and what you're doing. I mean, the 120, you can chain and roll and go pretty much anywhere. Don't have to worry about bridge weights. Don't have to worry about sinking. The 210, it takes more chains, longer to load, longer to haul down. You got to plan your route a little bit better. The 160s have a 4-cylinder, better on fuel. The 160s have the exact same engine as the 140s, but they're turned up to what the 210 is. So basically, your 160 is burning the same fuel rate as what a 210 is, where a 140 or a 120 is cut down. Every 140 or every 160 I've ever ran has burnt twice the fuel of my 140 or 120. And if you look at the specs online, a lot of the specs will even say that. So, talk about fuel burn. The 120 burns between 0.8 and 1 gallon per hour. The 140 burns between 1.5 and 1.8 an hour. It burns a little bit more than the 120. In the first 200 hours, the 210 has been burning 3.1 gallons per hour, and that's on the highest setting. That 3.1 per gallon fuel burn is the exact same as 160 would get. So if I'm going to burn that much damn fuel, I'm going to do something with it, is my thought process. I don't know, argue with me, correct me if I'm wrong, but a 160 is kind of like the 180 machine. It's just like in no man's land. That's also one of the reasons I was interested in the 210 versus the 220. Because if you go to the 220, you jump up to a 6-cylinder engine, it gives you 1 more horsepower. The fuel burn goes up by 2 gallons per hour. Don't make any sense to me. Everybody's like, oh my God, you got a 4-cylinder in it. What the hell does it matter if I got enough power? Who cares? So there's a lot more to it than meets the eye whenever you get. I asked Chris the other day, let's dig. Well, Chris's 160 Volvo, he told me, was burning like 4 gallons per hour. That 160 is burning a gallon more per hour than my 210 is. $6 fuel, that's huge. Yes, off-road fuel is cheaper than road fuel because it's not taxed for road use. That is correct, John.
Look at Red Dog and Catherine in there.
What's that? Oh, thank you guys.
You have trouble sleeping at night, thinking about work. Tell them how you go about that.
Oh, I gotta sleep with the TV on to keep my mind off stuff.
That's how we do it. We gotta have the TV on. 9 times out of 10, we got Race Hub or Ridiculousness playing on our TV. Because
I need something like if I walk in and watch a documentary or something educational, I'll get in tune to that and I want to watch it. I gotta just watch something off the wall. It just is noise in the background. It takes my mind off whatever.
I see several comments. Does Mrs. Dirt Perfect drive the equipment, and does she have a favorite?
Matthew wants to know if I put aftermarket AC in the 120. I get that question a lot. It's a very legit question. It's a never say never question, but probably not. The 120 is kind of my baby, and I literally ran it like 15 years without AC in it. I've got I got a little fan in there, and me and the old Traco just get along good. If I still got it when I'm 60, maybe, but right now we get along pretty good. See, Matt watches ridiculousness. What's the purpose of DEF? So DEF is diesel exhaust fluid, and it's basically ammonia, and they spray this ammonia into the exhaust stream, and it knocks out some of the carbon and the NOx in it, which is basically what they call harmful emissions. So if you can basically imagine the exhaust steam going and they spray this stuff in there, when they spray this stuff in there, these harmful things in the exhaust basically latch onto it and it neutralizes them. There's way more to it than that, but that's the basics of why they do it. That's why some engines burn a lot of DEF. That usually means it's a dirtier burning engine and they got to spray more in there to clean it up, and some engines burn very little DEF. The
Impractical Jokers, that's one too.
Yeah. So one thing I like about the little 4-cylinder in my 210 is these emissions engines, these Tier 4 final engines. The hotter they burn or the hotter they run, the more they're loaded up. Usually, the more efficient they are, and the easier it is on the emission systems. They don't like to run cold exhaust and stuff like that. So this little 4-cylinder running hard, producing high exhaust temps is actually good for it. I know it's contrary to the belief, the past thought process, but hope everything all right there, Catherine. So anyways, I don't mind that little 4-cylinder in there working hard. I need to do a video on that. Everybody's like just.
Bye, Catherine. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thank you for everything, all the links. So there's so much more to it than that. Everybody they get so focused on that 4-cylinder in there and they just flip out. Running this thing, the only time you ever know there's a 4-cylinder is whenever you put fuel in. You're like, damn, it's full already.
flies
Oh,
attacking
almost
me.
had it.
It just landed
Have I
in
ran
my
a
ear.
backhoe much? Yeah, I owned a 110 backhoe for a lot of years. There's some videos of it on the channel. Ran a John Deere 310G for quite a bit. I did a video with Neil Kof, Big Drive DIY about backhoes. Long story short, they are good at a lot of things. They're excellent at nothing. If you need a good, like, random all around machine, I'd highly recommend them. But I don't really have a new use for them. What's my favorite piece of equipment to run? I don't know. My favorite piece of equipment out of everything I got is my little John Deere tractor, my little 955 John Deere tractor. I would say it's probably a tie between the 120 and the 850J or B. I don't like running anything more than about a week at a time. So, and if I had to run something more than a week at a time, it'd probably be a dozer. So it'd be the 850B or the 850J. I can do better in a dozer because I'm moving around. I get really tired in the track, especially if you're sitting in one spot, just top loading. I did not see that, Matt. That's definitely interesting for sure. What pattern do I use? I use excavator pattern. Boom on the right. Well, Lieutenant Dan be my new favorite. Probably the trucks it will be. I don't know. I like my Mack. My Mack does really. It's been a really good truck for me over the years. Do I prefer running the dozer with the ripper off? That valve ripper that's on the 850J, whenever it's up and the ripper shanks are out of it, like it folds up there really tight. You don't even really know it's there, and it actually helps to balance the machine a little bit. So it hasn't affected me and Jerry talked about this the other day. It hasn't affected us. Hasn't been near the nuisance we thought it was going to be. Let me put it to you that way. Now, obviously, the tile plows back there, you got to be a little more careful about what you're doing, but you're doing a different type of work there for sure. So it all works out. Pretty good. So yeah, it does. We were talking about that the other day too. The rigger, the plow looks, or the dozer looks so different without the plow on the back of it. Hell, we stared at the damn plow on the back of it for like 3 months. I covered this in my videos, I think, but man, that for a prototype plow and some redneck engineering, that thing did amazing. Man, we have absolutely no qualms about it. So, Joey, covered Lieutenant Dan a little bit in the building in the beginning of the live feed. Go back and check it out. But hopefully we'll get it back in the in the shop this winter. That's the plan. We had to do the tile plow last winter. It just made financial sense to bump that project ahead of it. But hopefully we'll get back to Lieutenant Dan. My goal is to get Lieutenant Dan done to the point where all it needs is interior, and then I may hire the interior out. I don't know yet. That's the plan. Yeah, Bob, I'll be honest with you. I was Michael Moore. Thank you. Appreciate that. I knew the plow was going to work, but it actually worked better than I thought it was going to. But it really held up better than I thought it was going to. As we kept adding jobs as the year went on, I thought, man, oh man, I hope this thing holds in there. And it was getting to the end there. There's more to come on the tile plow. Spoiler alert, but there's more to come. It surprised me. I have no complaints whatsoever. That thing did good. Ding like 21 man. What's up? See, you've been back posting a few videos here and there. Hopefully everything's good up your way. The Yamars are a little bit of a different feel. I can't say I dislike them. I'm a huge Yamar fan, but they are a little bit of a different feel of an excavator. My biggest issue with the Yamars is foot space. They're so around where your feet are at. I just need a little bit more room in that department, to say the least. So Next purchase needs to be a box of chocolate. So, well, guys, I hate to. We're going to wrap this one up. I just want to jump on here and say hey and let everybody know we're still going strong and appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Channel's really been doing really well, and which is amazing because I've just been doing what I can to keep it alive here going into winter. We got some stuff coming up with Aaron. We got some unbelievably awesome videos coming up with the 210 and Bubba Dump. Chris, man, thank you. You guys don't have to do that. We definitely do appreciate it. We'll put that in the camper fund. Unbelievably good videos coming up with the 210 and Bubba Dump, and even with the 120. And got some cool stuff going with Aaron. Aaron's going to be back. There's just over the month of August, there's going to be probably some of the best videos we've ever done. So I hope you guys stay tuned for all that. Got some big and exciting things coming to the channel. If you guys want like day-to-day current updates on what's going on, you got to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, one or the other. I post on there almost daily about what we're doing that day or what's coming or what's going on. So jump over to Facebook and Instagram, follow us on there. I'm pretty sure it's Dirt Perfect on one. It's Dirt Perfect.1 on the other. But if you search Dirt Perfect, it'll come up. I promise you. Glenn Robinson, am I going to patent the tile plow? No. There's absolutely no reason to waste time or money and do that. Other big companies have already patent their stuff. Mine is for an 850J with a valve ripper on it. The chances of somebody wanting that in production is slim to none. They can change one thing on it, make it their own. If somebody wants to get a hold of me and I'll give them the plans for it, have at it. It's just not worth my resources to fight that fight. I get that comment a lot, but I just don't see it being worth our time. So, man, we had like 1,300 people in here tonight at one point, guys. That's absolutely awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel. We'll try to get back to doing some regular live feeds probably as we get into fall a little bit here and we get a little bit more time. But be sure to go over and check out Mrs. Dirt Perfect's channel.
That's a funny question. What does Miss Dirt Perfect think about the jobs you are doing?
She don't care.
I don't even know what jobs he is doing. I don't keep
Gunner
up.
knows more about what I'm doing than she does.
Yep, pretty much.
But yeah, go over and check out Miss Dirt Perfect's channel. She's getting close to 10,000 subscribers. I'm sure she'd appreciate if you get her over the hump. Clint, CNC Equipment, you guys got to check him out. He's absolutely awesome. Become a good friend. Can't thank him enough for everything he's done. Captain Kleeman, whole crew, Mr. Millennial, Aaron Boom Man behind the scenes. Go check him out and say hey. So I think that's going to be a wrap, guys. Man, can't appreciate you enough hanging out, and hopefully we'll catch you on our live feed here soon.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.